potentially even banning contraception too. So there's that. But that wasn't even the most amazing development in big government conservatism today. Did you see what Think Progress just posted from Rand Paul's last radio interview? Senator Rand Paul, who was supposedly the epitome of libertarian, small government, principled conservatism in the Senate right now, a man so enamored of individual freedoms that he questioned whether the government should even constrain people's right to discriminate on the basis of race. That's the whole basis of his hemming and hawing over the Civil Rights Act. He says he is such a free speech, individual rights purist that even anti-discrimination laws rub him the wrong way because they constrain people too much. Personal freedoms are that important to him. He wants to limit government's reach that much. Except for this.
I'm not for profiling people on the color of their skin or on their religion, but I would take into account where they've been traveling, and perhaps you might have to indirectly take into account whether or not they've been going to radical political speeches by religious leaders. But it wouldn't be that they are Islamic. But if someone is attending speeches from someone who is promoting the violent overthrow of our government, that's really an offense that we should be going after. They should be deported or put in prison.
If someone is attending speeches of the wrong kind, they should be deported or put in prison. Remember, this is a guy who's supposed to be the libertarian, principled, small government, free speech, conservative guy in the Senate right now. Government's so small, it would put you in jail for the crime of listening to someone like Sharon Engel talking about overthrowing the government with Second Amendment remedies. So yeah, today there is also that. But maybe the biggest achievement in big government conservatism in today's news comes to us from the great state of Florida, where Governor Rick Scott just signed into law a requirement that thousands of Florida residents who have committed no crime, who are not suspected of any crime related to drug use or of drug use itself, thousands of Floridians will be forced by his state government to turn over their urine, their blood, or their hair to be tested by Rick Scott's state government proactively without suspicion to see if they are using drugs. He has already mandated this for public employees in Florida. Now Governor Rick Scott is mandating it for anyone who's applying for benefits from the government. In a state that is supposedly broke, Republicans who are supposedly for limited government will now have Florida taxpayers spending potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars a month forcibly acquiring the hair, blood, and urine of the state's residents so it can be proactively searched because the government says so. What conservatives say they want is small government. What they are working on this year is government that prohibits you from using contraception, that forcibly collects your urine, hair, and blood, and that puts you in prison or deports you if it does not like the speeches you attend. This stuff is happening all over, all the time now. This is what conservative governance is like this year. It sort of seems to me like this ought to be a bigger national story.